Hello Scorpio, welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel and this is your reading for December 1st through 15th for 2019. Hope you guys have been doing great and thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome and thank you for visiting. And also if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out, click that subscribe button and join the dragon family. Also do give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. If you are returning for another reading, I'm so glad you have come back to join us again today. So we're going to be getting into this energy of the first 2 weeks of December. There is so much going on and it's truly amazing what we're going to be looking at, Scorpio. So first, a few quick notes before we get started. This is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Scorpio out there. So if these messages do resonate with you, they are meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them out to another Scorpio. Take what makes sense to you and take what feels right and leave the rest behind. This will mostly correspond with Scorpio Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Scorpio cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. All of my information regarding personal readings, decks that I use in my readings as well, all my info down in the description box, so check that out if you're looking for it. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to be starting to talk about some of your astrology influences and then we're going to dig into the cards. So planetarily, wow, Scorpio, there is so much Capricorn happening this first part of December, and we will be continuing with quite a lot of Capricorn energy going really all the way through most of January. So get ready for it. Here we go. So we've got Saturn, we've got Pluto and Saturn there, we've got Venus, we've got Jupiter all in Capricorn, we've got the Sun in Sagittarius, and then we've got Mercury and Mars in your sign of Scorpio right now. So in just a few days on December 2nd, that's going to shift. We're going to go from Jupiter being in Sagittarius to Jupiter in Capricorn, which is what that chart shows, is the Jupiter movement into Capricorn. So for you Scorpio, on the universal chart, what this is really enhancing especially is communication. It's going to be in that third house universally of Gemini, so it really starts activating the way that you talk, think, and process communication. So Scorpio, you're well known for being a little secretive, a little mysterious, not always saying everything that you're thinking. So when this comes up, to me, this is really triggering a huge area of growth and development. You've already been experiencing the energy of Saturn and Pluto in that third house for you, and you've especially been feeling it through this past year. It's been pretty heavy, and a lot of times you might be reviewing and thinking about, you know, what you've said to others, what they've said to you, how they've said it, and, you know, kind of processing. It's like, well, what's a better way to communicate? I wish I hadn't said that. Maybe I should have said it this way. I'll change that in the future, etc. If you're a public speaker, if you're a teacher, or if you're in the arts, like acting, music, singing, anything where you have to speak to connect, that's going to be very strong as well as we go into this coming year, because with Jupiter's presence in your universal house of communication, it opens that up in a really big, bold, positive way. And it's also a restructuring at the same time because of Saturn, because of your own planet Pluto being in that house already. So I would expect this next couple weeks to be like, you're really going to start seeing some doors opening, especially in the areas of communication, and it's really going to be interesting. And yeah, you're really reworking that because Scorpio, like I said, you're not known for being someone that talks a whole lot always. And when you do, you don't always reveal very much about yourself. So you may be starting to get in a position where it's almost a block. You know, it's like, and the more that you can reveal about yourself, the more you get through that block. You know, anything that's been holding you back maybe has come as a result of not being able to share those very strong emotional depths that all Scorpios have. Some people make the mistake of thinking Scorpios aren't very emotional because they don't show a whole lot of it, but boy, Scorpio, those deep emotional waters are there, and they are way held deep inside of you, And it does sometimes take quite a bunch of effort to get it out, but that's going to be really highlighted as we go through, December, and then getting into 2020. Jupiter will be in Capricorn that whole year, so you will definitely be feeling those worlds of communication opening up. Right now, the sun is still traveling in the sign of Sagittarius, so that is clicking with your universal second house of Taurus. So, right now, this next 3 weeks, you will be mostly focusing on money, resources, your value structure, and how you can do more with your finances. It's especially related to that Sagittarian energy. So it's like if you've been really wanting to take some trips or do some travel, further your education, etc., you're working through ways of how can I make this all happen. Also, Mercury and Mars are still in your sign of Scorpio. So definitely this is continuing to be a big part of your personal identity at this time. You're going to have a lot of energy around communication and thought. And then Mercury will shift to Sagittarius on December 9th. That will also join up with the sun sign already there in that second house. And yeah, you'll be thinking a lot about your resources at that point. We are going to be building up to a Gemini full moon, and that's going to be coming up, and I will be doing readings for that as well. So stay tuned. All right, so Scorpio, let's get into your cards and see what messages come through intuitively for you. We're going to do some oracle cards to get some major themes and messages, and then we're going to do a full tarot spread for you. So let's start. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Scorpio as we do their reading for December 1st through 15th, 2019. Thank you so much for your protection. Protect their energy as well as mine throughout the reading and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Okay, so Scorpio, the warrior card came up right off the top there. So be fearless and stand strong. This is a time when I think strength is definitely returning to you. The energy of Capricorn is very positive for you, Scorpio. It opens a lot of opportunities up, and also reminds you to step strongly into your power. Scorpio and Capricorn create what's called a sextile pattern in astrology, which is a very opportunistic pattern. It's not so much like somebody just giving you a gift. It's like somebody throwing you a ball and you have to make a little effort to catch it. So that's more what you're in. It's like those opportunities may come and go if you don't make an effort to go forward to them. So definitely, Scorpio, stand strong. Don't back down when you know the opportunity's coming your way. Make the effort to get in there and grab it while it's there. So let's pull a chakra crystal card for you. Let's see what's coming up to be healed or what gemstone you should be using. Okay, interesting. I like this one. This is one of my favorite stones. It's beautiful green malachite. This is connected with the heart chakra. Malachite also has a high copper content, so it's very, very good for traveling. Interestingly enough, we talked about the possibility of you planning travel. So if you do, malachite's always a great stone to carry with you when you travel, when you go somewhere. This also connects you deeper to nature. So Scorpio, make some time to get out and be outside. Be with nature, because that will help heal that heart chakra. I also always think of green, kind of being associated with healing, growth. So to me, it's like you're getting into that time where speaking your truth and being strong in your truth is going to be very healing for you indeed. So let's pull a message from the fairies. Fairies are elementals that are very connected to the earth. So let's pull that in. We've got going to have 5 planets in Capricorn. We're going to have a lot of earth coming up. So let's see what message we bring to you from them. Ooh, got 2 flipped out, so I'm going to take them both for you. Oh, 3 flipped out. Wow, Scorpio, they really want to talk to you. All right, so stargazing was the first one to come up. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself very focus. your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So not only is it saying get out into nature, but this is very specific. It's like go out at night when you can see the stars, when you can see the moon, when you can connect to the cosmos. Next one that came out was life energy. So the happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So Scorpio, many times you live in that realm of the deeper, darker mysteries. So this is really shining a light on that and saying sometimes it's good to bring things out into the light of day where you can really look at them and really heal them. And then magical blessings comes through on this last card. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say that you can bless others too. So to me, that's very much a card and message that when you heal yourself, you also likewise end up healing others. Scorpio, you are a very regenerative sign. Your powers of healing are very strong. So it's definitely cathartic. When you do healing for yourself, you also heal those that are around you because you have such a powerful magnetism for other people. So let's move Mr. Dragon here. Sit him over there, and we're going to get into your tarot for some deeper messages and a bigger picture on everything that's happening for you. Ooh, so Scorpio, lots of fire coming and going there. So here in the first position, right in the present moment, we've got the Six of Cups, which to me always points out a lot of nostalgia. This is really the one card of the tarot that definitely and distinctly points to memories of the past. Elements from the past coming forward. So this to me brings up a lot of sentimentality. It often is connected with good memories, good things from the past that you're remembering and hoping either to bring forward or are bringing forward as we speak. So this is very much in your present focus. Let's get a clarifier for that Six of Cups, please, for Scorpio. Yes, and so this is really, reminding you of times that were very stable, that were very earthy, grounded. This is definite Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with that Nine of Pentacles coming forward. This is very stabilizing, very grounded, kind of really having it all together. And to me, like I said, with the sun being focused right now in your universal second house, you are definitely thinking about stability, focusing on the grounded, earthy, solid feeling. If you've had that feeling in the past and maybe you don't currently have it now, you're thinking about, okay, how did I bring it about in the past and how can I make it happen again for me? So, you may be going through, of course, we had that Mercury retrograde not too long ago in your sign. So this is definitely, you're still maybe processing some of that review that you did. And it's like, okay, I'm working on looking at things I did in the past that led to me having success. And so now I want to do that again for the future. In the immediate past position, you have that Queen of Wands, a very fiery, very passionate energy. So to me, this is something where, you've probably manifested quite a bit of your goals. It's a very fiery energy though. So sometimes, if you haven't handled that energy very well, it can really blow up on you. So really take it how it resonates. That could be one or the other. Some of you have definitely manifested in a very powerful way because she's a very magical, powerful, great manifesting queen. But yeah, it's also very fiery. It's a very strong Leo energy with that card. Nine of Cups. So yeah, I would say probably more Scorpios than not have really worked on manifesting a lot of wish fulfillment because that Nine of Cups is always bringing forward you know, things that you desire, things that you want. So right now, you know, you're in that position right now of nostalgia where it's like, you know what, but there was that something else that I really enjoyed, you know, once upon a time, and I really would like to try to bring that back. So going into the future, Knight of Wands, very fiery energy, like I said, coming and going. You know, this is moving ahead in a very fiery, bold, strong, passionate, kind of intense way, which is really great energy for Scorpio. Let's see what comes up as a clarifier for him. Yeah, Page of Wands on top of Knight of Wands is a very, very strong fiery combination. New beginnings, moving very quickly towards them. So if you don't want to move super fast, Scorpio, that's just a little, you know, heads up there that, you know, you may be really trying to move quickly towards that. And a new beginning, passionate new start. Page of Wands also brings in more joy, lighter energy, just like that, you know, fairy of sunlight, you know, came in. It's like bringing in the light, returning to a lighter, more enjoyable time in life. So let's look at your underneath. This is the subconscious, what's going on deep in your soul. So Scorpio, absolutely within, I believe that you know it's time for a little bit of a break. Not forever, but maybe just right now, this next 2 weeks, or maybe throughout December, you know, because there's so much busyness and craziness going on with holiday time that, you know, it's great for you to take a break, to take a rest from, you know, all of the struggle that you've been through, all of the battles, all the uphill climbs, all the things that you've had to fight for. It's really time to get a little bit of a break, a respite, recharge those batteries, get extra sleep, make sure that you're doing good. So let's take a look at a clarifier for the Four of Swords. Yes, and I love this. It's very stabilizing. King of Pentacles came up over top of that Four of Swords. So to me, again, this is a very balancing earthy energy. It's really balancing the male and the female energies as well as those material energies. Like I said, you know, you're thinking about your resources. And right now, part of what you need to do is just take a little break, take a little back step, give yourself time for reflection, for healing, and so that you can reground yourself. Spending time in nature is very important for that as well. On the top, there's the message from the divine coming in through spirit, crowning the reading. There is the Justice card. Very, very strong Libra energy. And I like that because to me that, again, you know, it reflects what's going on within. Also what's coming in from spirit is saying, yeah, it is time for you to harmonize. It is time for balance and equality and harmonizing. And so, yeah, Scorpio, that's really a good thing for you to be doing right now, is, you know, taking anything that's really been out of balance and hasn't been flowing together easily and bringing that into a better equality for yourself. Yeah, because here, this is an interesting card too, because it's a similar kind of imagery, right? You know, it's like got that symmetry to it, but that Two of Swords to me always speaks of the heart chakra being, you know, kind of protected, maybe a little bit closed, the blindfold over her eyes, so she's not exactly seeing the most clearly. Interestingly enough, you know, the Justice card, she's also blindfolded. So absolutely, it's time to feel with the heart, open the heart chakra, and when you're ready, take the blindfold off to be able to see really clearly. For any Scorpios that have really gone through pain or damage or a lot of hurt to their heart center, you know, that really points to that as well, that there is this heart harmonizing, heart healing, and rebalancing coming in. And in time, you know, you'll be able to take down the shield from the heart and be able to see very clearly again, because right now you may be feeling like you can't quite trust your own intuition, because you might have said, well, you know, I really trusted this old situation or something that happened and look what went on. You know, and that's just part of your spiritual growth. It's part of your spiritual journey. So give yourself the time to heal, and when you're ready, let yourself trust again. Let yourself be open again. So let's pull some more advice for you. Yeah, there's been so much defensiveness, Scorpio, so much where you've really had to fight and defend yourself quite a bit. So, suggested approach, Page of Cups. This is really maintaining an open, innocent, childlike kind of, spiritual and emotional quality. You might be feeling like you're out of your depth a little bit, or you might be dealing with someone that's a little emotionally immature, or if somebody has hurt you or you've hurt someone, take it as it resonates. That could be a thing where either you're apologizing for something or they're apologizing to you, and it's really your choice whether or not you want to reconcile and let them come back in. Let's pull a clarifier, please. Yeah, because this is something that, someone really disappointed or let you down. They walked away, left you holding the bag, left you holding the swords. You thought that they were in that fight with you, but it turns out that you were really kind of alone in that fight. So, they may be coming in to say they're sorry. They may be coming in to make up for that. And you really have to feel it out, Scorpio, to say, do I want to forgive? Do I want to let them back in? You can forgive and not let them back in. That's fine too. So, feel it out for yourself. What you need to know, though, is that with this 10 of Swords, you've come to the end of a very, very tough emotional cycle. You've had a lot of dark nights of the soul. You've had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of self-reflection. So, with that air energy of the Swords, it definitely deals with things going on in the mind. But that 10 is an ending of a cycle. So to me, that's coming to a conclusion there for you. Yes, and the wheel is turning, and usually in your favor, and your sign is represented in this. All the fixed signs are in that Wheel of Fortune. So Scorpio, this is a very positive card, especially in this position over the 10 of Swords, because to me this says, you've gone through all this challenge, and finally it's like the wheel is starting to turn. Jupiter is moving into Capricorn. It's going to be aspecting your sun sign so much more beautifully throughout this coming year of 2020. And we are wrapping up this whole decade, so this 10-year cycle is coming to a close, and it really changes things numerically. All of it's going to be shifting quite a lot for all of us. So we've then got the 7 of Wands here with the guy who looks like he's fighting off, a battle, or he's fighting people that are coming after him. But it's very much, this is a card of perspective, because we don't actually see anybody holding those wands. They could just be stuck there in the ground. He's just, fighting in his own mind, kind of. So this is really a thing about hopes and fears. You don't want to keep fighting. You don't want to be in that stressed out energy. And to me, that's so much a matter of perspective. Because a lot of the fighting comes from within as well as without with that card. So let's see what clarifies this one. Yeah, so take it easy. That's the best way to get through this energy, Scorpio, really, is just take it one day at a time. The Knight of Pentacles is a wonderful, solid, earthy, grounded energy. You've got a nice little contingent of earth going on in this reading with the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, now the Knight. So the Knight is a very, one step at a time, take it one day at a time, kind of positive growth. It's not super fast, it's not overnight, but it always gets to its destination because it made all the good plans, it did all the good work. So give yourself some time. Don't feel like you've got to rush to get through this feeling of anxiety or stress. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up for beating yourself up, that kind of thing. So as we go into the outcome, look at that Nine of Wands, Scorpio. Oh, that to me is like, that is recognizing that feeling of defensiveness. Just being tired of fighting that battle again and again. Whether it's people coming at you and you've just been in a position of defensiveness for far too long, and you're just feeling beat up and just kind of sick of it. It's like, when will this just stop? Again, that's why, that Four of Swords is very important for you right now. Make sure that you're resting, because many times there's an element of fatigue that comes up with that Nine of Wands. There's an element of tiredness or exhaustion in it as well. Aw, and Scorpio, so much. It's like this is a feeling of being, you know, left out in the cold, or not being accepted, or not being part of the group. I'm feeling for some of you this could be a work situation where, you know, you really just kind of feel like you've put in so much effort, you've put in so much work, and you just still feel like you're not getting that raise, you're not getting that promotion, you're getting overlooked, etc., etc. Just because this is a couple hard outcome cards, I want to pull a little more clarifier for this simply because of that. You know, because I don't like to sugarcoat things, you know, and if things are hard, but I also want to give some advice and try to, you know, reach out to spirit and say, what's the best way to handle something like this? Yeah, so here's the Sun card coming in. Interesting that that's a, you know, that solar energy that started it out with the sunlight. So to me, it's there's a need to embrace some positive energy and action. And many times, like with that Five of Pentacles, the feeling of being left out in the cold, again, it's more of a feeling than an actuality, because of course we can see in that card, if they just went around the corner, you know, the door's probably open to the front of the temple and they could easily get in. You know, so my feeling is, you know, give it time, weigh the situation. If it's a work situation or if it's a relationship that's going on, you know, and you're kind of feeling left out or defensive, or maybe you've had a lot of conflict lately, you know, that's coming in to say, you know, go around to try a different tactic, open up a little bit more. That's probably where that communication energy is coming in as well for you, Scorpio. Yes, and look at that, on top of the Sun card, we have the Strength. So, Scorpio, this is probably the, you know, the best ways to deal with this fatigue, this defensiveness, this feeling of being left out. Try very much, you know, work to embrace a more positive mindset, you know, positive affirmations for yourself, not beating up on yourself so much, because the Sun is the most positive card of the deck. And then the Strength card coming in, which I always love. It's such a beautiful energy of spirit balancing with the physical needs and desires. So those are very strong coming out there as advice for those more challenging cards. So yeah, this is definitely a turn towards, you know, a different sort of energy, a different sort of momentum going here. So let's pull a word of advice in the making magic for your affirmation. Oh, I like that. So yeah, for the Trinka 5, this is a very, very positive symbol. You know, it's the 5-pointed pentagram with the 555 inside. So for any Scorpios that keep seeing 5s as a recurring number, that's a very positive confirmation. And this is about manifesting more money and positive income. So yeah, I like that because it's that 5, the 5 of Pentacles. So Scorpio, I think for a lot of you, yeah, you know, if this is especially resonating for you on the elements of work, of income, of resources, that's definitely a very strong confirmation that the wheel is beginning to turn in a better way. And sometimes this even requires, you know, leaving an old job, leaving an old position, you know, and moving towards something better. And so for some of you, that's what it is. For some of you, it's just reworking your situation as you already see it, or returning to things from your past that have worked for you really, really well before. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will be seeing you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.